Hello, lovely people. Who watches this channel? Does anyone? I don't know. Um, but in case anyone is, this topic of medication keeps coming up. And I don't just mean like pharmaceuticals. I mean, any way that we choose to medicate ourselves. And that could be in the form of caffeine, that could be in the form of benzodiazepines, that could be in the form of pot, that could be in the form of um, having wine at night. And there's so much shame around, uh, you know, these habits or these choices that I feel like is unnecessary and comes from a lot of the prescriptive books and teachings from people who don't really have a firm grasp on the nervous system come from. And it's like, Kundalini is doing her job in purifying you, and you need to help her by not putting anything toxic into your system, or you need to become like either a radical vegetarian or you need to eat like tons of meat. And I just wanted to reflect on this because in our community call a couple of weeks ago, one person was feeling badly. She was feeling shame and guilt around having smoked some pot. And literally everyone else on the call chimed in and was like, oh my God, I'm so glad you shared this because I'm feeling guilty for doing this, this, or this. And everybody had their thing that they turned to. Mine is food, caffeine for sure, coffee. And I used to take Klonopin, and I still do sometimes. And what I want to say about this is that the process that we're being forced into is so intense that I personally believe that there are moments where you need to modulate that to make it easier for yourself. And this doesn't mean we go out and we like binge eat, or we have like what do you call it, a bender. But like consciously using these things to modulate our nervous system, or to help our nervous system be able to handle the media, the material that's coming up, is like really smart and nothing to be ashamed of. And one example, I was listening to a course by a guy named what the heck is his name, Luis Mojica. I'll try to link to it below. I really loved what he was talking about. He was talking about the nervous system and food, and how is we can be aware of like when we are feeling, maybe in the morning we're feeling really open and vulnerable, so we want caffeine to give us that little like adrenaline jolt so that we feel more ready and able to handle what's coming up. And it just really felt like a paradigm shift for me, because I've been like, oh my God, I've been having too much caffeine and I might, my nervous system is already like on hyper alert. But I realized I need that caffeine in the morning, because in the morning, I don't know what world I'm in. So I feel like I'm really vulnerable and I'm scared. And so if I have a little coffee, I'm a little bit more ready to handle what comes my way. And then my system can relax. It's like, it's sort of counterintuitive. It's like my system can relax. And then the process of what the Kundalini is trying to do can happen more effortlessly without my interfering with like terror. So it's just another one of those examples where everything we've traditionally been taught goes out the window in this process. And I just wanted to raise that question about like substances, because I don't think anybody should be telling anybody else what to do. I think we need to tap into our own really deep inner knowing, and if we need outside validation, to get it from not just one person, or especially not one person telling you that they have the answer, but run it by a lot of people, and then sit with it and come to your own conclusion, because this is not like your normal therapy session. This is a whole nother ball of wax, and everyone is so unique and so different. And I just really believe that we must compassionately hold ourselves with as much comfort and as much grace. And if that means that at night you have to have I feel like I'm going to get like a lot of backlash from saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you need to have like a little wine to just get the head pressure to go down a little bit so that you can actually process some of the material that's coming up, is that the end of the world? If I take a Klonopin because I'm freaking out that my nervous, because there's an underdeveloped part of me that freaks out, that's trying to show itself to me, and that helps me turn the volume down on my reaction to that so that I can actually work with what's being shown to me. It's like we have to weigh these things. So again, I'm not telling anyone to take drugs, but I am telling you to listen to yourself and not let anybody else tell you what's right for you. And if you are doing something that you've read in a book that is frowned upon by people that probably have no idea what you're experiencing, love yourself and have compassion for yourself, because this is no joke. And anything we can do to make it a little gentler, a little kinder, is, without causing ourselves additional harm, is, I think, a good idea. And that can mean like wrapping yourself in like a blanket. Like I wear this, and oftentimes I'm amazed by how much better I feel when I like swaddle myself in it. There's just something so nice about being like wrapped tightly. It's like, it doesn't have to be a substance. It's just anything that causes like a sort of a somatic release. So anyway, hope this is helpful. Let me know your thoughts and your comments. Thank you for watching.